What's up everybody, this is Yair and today we are going to draw Goten. Okay, so today we are going to draw Goten from Dragon Ball Z, from the end of Dragon Ball Z to be specific, and we are going to give him his Super Saiyan hair. So without further ado, let's get started. As you can see, I drew a perfect square. Each side is 4 centimeters, but you can draw it in any size you want to. First, we are going to start by drawing the shape of his face. This is gonna be a 3/4 pose. We'll cross it in the middle, and then we'll go on and draw the wrinkles between the eyes. Next, we'll draw the eyebrow with some nice curves, and of course the edge will appear thicker. For the eye, we'll draw 3 lines, 2 diagonals and a curve underneath. And we'll draw the bump above the eye and his cheek marks. We're going to do the same for the left side, however it will appear noticeably smaller because of the angle. Next, we'll draw the nose by using 5 lines following these steps. And then we'll draw the mouth underneath with a very tiny gap from the nose. And what we're going to do next is make his jaw a little bit smaller, just because I don't want him to look too adult. We want to get that teenager look. And then we'll draw the pupils, of course. Next, we'll draw the shape of the ear by using 3 lines, and only then we can add the details. Now we'll draw his neck by using some curves. We'll draw the neck muscles and his Adam's apple. And now we can move on to the hair. So we'll start by drawing the spikes on the front. And as you can see, I'm drawing the spikes by using 2 to 5 lines. We use this guideline to help us keep the right proportions. And if you watch the series, you know Goten has a long hair in the end of Dragon Ball Z. Obviously he cut his hair so it doesn't look like Goku, but he still has long hair, which I believe will go up just like that. I'm gonna do some adjustments to the hair and for the jaw as well. This is the first time I'm drawing adult Goten, so it's a little bit more complicated. And next, we'll add some details by drawing lines from side to side in the direction of the hairlock. And we'll add one more hairlock right there. Awesome, so now we can move on to the torso. So first, we'll start by drawing a rough shape of the torso by using geometrical shapes. Then we'll proceed by drawing the chest muscles. We'll draw his gi. The abs, and then just add details by drawing the creases. Next, we'll draw his right arm. We'll do that by drawing the shoulder first, the bicep, and the forearm. Next, we'll continue with the gi by adding the creases, the belt, and then we'll proceed by drawing his left arm. So again, I'll start by drawing the shoulder muscle, the bicep, the tricep, and then the forearm. And now we can refine the belt, add in the knots, and of course add more creases. And I'm sorry guys, but I'm gonna do some more adjustments to the face and the hair. I really want to try to capture that Super Saiyan hair of Goten as accurate as I can. Don't forget to refine his right arm, of course, just by completing the bicep. And what do you know, I'm gonna do more adjustments to the hair. I'm sorry! Awesome, and as you can see, I inked this entire drawing by using a 0.1 black pen. Just went all over the lines by either pushing lines or pulling lines, and of course I did it by rotating the page so I can have my natural hand movement. Also, for the facial features, I used a 0.05 black pen because the nib is thinner, which allows me to be more accurate, so I'll recommend you to do the same. And now we can move on to the coloring process. So I'm gonna use Copic markers. Those are alcohol based markers, which means they can blend very well. But if you don't have Copic markers, I know they are expensive, you can use either HB and B pencils and then just do some shading, or you can use colored pencils as well. That being said, I'm gonna use Copic markers, and if you'll watch your top left of the screen, you can see the exact number of Copic code I'll be using. We're going to start with the gi, and for that we use some orange tones. As you can see, I'm coloring from side to side in the direction of the shape. I'm doing that by pushing lines or pulling lines, and just fill this entire area just like that. We'll do the same for the rest. And then we'll move on to a darker tone to add some shade. So for this drawing, the main light source will come from the left side, which means of course that the right side will appear darker because it gets less light. As you can see, I'm adding more shade, mainly on the creases, the deepest areas, and of course the right side. Next, we'll use an even darker tone, that's E07, and we'll apply more shade to create more contrast. Now what we are going to do is blending. So we'll use the mid-tone to blend it with the darkest tone. And we'll use the brightest tone to blend it with the mid-tone. But we are not done yet. We are going to use an even darker tone just to add more contrast. That's a very dark brown tone, and we'll use it with a minimum use. And of course, we'll blend it with E07. Awesome, once we are done with that, we can move on to the belt. So Goten's belt is black, but first we'll start with some gray colors, just to get a nice highlight. And now we can use the black tone, and of course we'll blend the colors just like before, to get a nice harmony. Sweet, so now we can move on to the skin tones. I'm gonna use 3 tones for that. We'll start with the brightest one, and just like before, we'll color in the direction of the shape. Then we'll use the mid-tone to add shade. You can even blend the colors at that point. And after that, we'll use the darkest tone, and we'll blend the colors, of course, creating a very nice gradient, and basically add some more layers, blend it again until we get a very smooth transition between the colors. Awesome, so this is the result we want to get, and I'm gonna do the same process for the chest and for his other arm. Now another tip, as you can see I left a blank area to get a very nice highlight on the bicep. And if you want to blend it very smoothly, you can use the colorless blender and that way soften those edges. Where you can also use the colorless blender is if by accident you colored outside of the lines. So you'll take the colorless blender and just soak that ink out just like that. Awesome, next we are going to do the same process for the face. And if you don't like the blending, you don't have to do it. You can do it by using solid colors. Just skip the blending part. In my opinion, it just looks better, so that's why I do it. Awesome, next we'll color the eyebrows by using two tones. Then for the eyes we'll use two tones as well. We'll start with the brightest one, that's BG23, and we'll leave a blank area at the top left to create a very nice highlight. Then we'll use BG49 to get a darker shade, and of course we'll blend the colors just like before, just like always. Awesome, now I'm gonna demonstrate how to color one spike of hair. We'll use 4 tones for that, but you can use 3 as well. I'm gonna start with the brightest tone and just like before, coloring in the direction of the shape. Then I'm using the mid-tone. As you can see, I'm not coloring all the way, leaving some light on the hair and adding a darker tone, and of course blend it all together. And finally I'm gonna use an even darker tone, that's E97, and I'll blend it as well. Awesome, so this is the result we want to get. So we're going to do the same technique for the rest of the hair. everybody. So this is how you draw teenager Goten. Please let me know how you did in the comment section. I think he looks pretty cool. Let me know how yours turned out. And if you want me to draw teenager Trunks as well from the end of Dragon Ball Z, let me know in the comment section. Also, make sure to support me by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, help me create more videos for you all. That's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep being awesome as always, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.